All right, we back. We back. We were behind the wall this morning, but now we're out, YouTube. We came out to play with y'all for a little bit. And today, we are talking black girl betrayal. Because, baby, when I tell you the block is hot and this don't make no damn sense, believe me when I say this does not make any damn sense. The Haitian fallout, y'all, we got Kiki versus Guerdy. Who broke code? That's the question. In your opinion, who broke code? Who violated? You can keep it like just black girl, the black girl fallout, or no, what we say, the black girl betrayal, or you can just kind of center it around the Haitian fallout. In your opinion, you know what? We can just do. Let's just do a poll. Hold on, forget that. We finna do a poll. We're gonna do a live poll. Therefore, you don't have to. You can vote anonymously and you ain't got to worry about nobody all up in your business. Who broke, hold on, code? Was it Kiki or was it Guerdy? Keep it real. Say it with your chest. Boom. The poll is now live. I'm going to leave it up for 3 minutes, okay? In your opinion, let me go ahead and vote. Let me undo this one, unpin that. Now there you go. We got 3 votes coming in. So you got to click the main chat, the live chat in order to vote. Listen, I be telling y'all, I say, man, listen, I'm a good read on people. I'm a good read on people. And Kiki, listen, I don't know you personally, and nice to meet you. I'm Queen Sheba. I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the black experience. Okay. Kiki, we about to go in. Cause see, I read you and I saw you coming a mile away. And y'all gotta learn how to read the room when somebody don't F with you. It happens every day, but more so, you know who behaves like this? And it's easy for you to tell if you say, okay, Queen Sheba, I'm not on a reality show. Make it make sense for those of us that are tuned in. Hell, your coworkers. Your coworkers. It happens all the time. And that's when you find out either you're in or you're out, like Project Runway. When people start to distance themselves from you, and now knowing what we know, that Guerdy brought you on. First of all, Guerdy, I owe you an apology because I went hard in the paint. Do y'all remember I went hard in the paint on Guerdy? I was like, and then Guerdy, as far as I know, you didn't even bring no other black folks on. Maybe you one of them ones that like being the only token. Y'all only to come to find out that Guerdy pulled Kiki along, side her. I know, Mayor YouTube. See, I'm gonna come up here and I'm okay, Crystal. Now you don't have to rub it in. Golly, damn, there they go. And Kaya, really? Okay. You know what? Let me go to commercial. Cause y'all not gonna jump me. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So I went in, honey. I talked about Gertie like a damn dog, didn't I? Not literally, y'all, but I was really hard on Gertie. And I was like, you, and then you didn't bring no other black women on, child, only for us to find out that she brought Kiki on. Now back up, back up, back up. Looking at the seasons, would you have thought that she brought Kiki on? Did you know that? Did Kiki behave like her Haitian sister or her other black girl, her black compadre brought her on? Did Kiki exude that on the show? Now, okay, watch this. If you listen, did any of you tune in to Kiki's interview, her sit down with Carlos King? I did. I watched the whole thing on purpose. Okay, Mayor of YouTube said, no, I did not know that for real. Yes, Gertie brought her on, dug her ass up out of a hole, didn't even know her. Didn't even know her. Reached out to her via social media, just off GP. Just off the breath of we're both black, we're both Haitian. I'm gonna put you on. I think you're fabulous. I think you're gonna be an excellent fit for the show. Now that's what I call black girl magic, Haitian magic, holding it down, Guerdy, standing 10 toes deep. And because of that, I owe you an apology. Okay. I owe you an apology, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Guerdy did her thing. Guerdy held it down. So let's look at the poll, the live results of who broke code. Because it damn sure wasn't Guerdy. I put my damn foot in my mouth, and that's what I get. That's what I get. But I'm here to say, Guerdy, you deserve better. First, y'all better quit helping everybody. Y'all better quit helping everybody. These hoes ain't loyal. Literally. Listen, Guerdy, you remind me of myself in some ways. Look at me kissing ass, y'all. You see it? Now, the live poll, according to the live poll, we have, now y'all just lazy. 30 votes, really? But we'll go with it. Okay. We got 30 votes. 90% of you vote. Well, let me, you know what? Let me refresh the page before I go in. Let me refresh the page just to see if the votes are accurate, if the percentages are accurate. Let me see. Hold on. It's populating. All right, here we go. This is what we're looking at as it relates to who broke code, because this is okay, we got 35 votes, child. Okay. 89% of you feel the votes are still coming in. Oh my gosh. Okay, give me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. 86% of you have voted and you feel that Kiki broke code. Kiki broke code, according to those of you that are in the chat. All right. Now, here we go. Hey, Trey. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Now, I am glad that Kiki did this interview because it vindicated Guerdy. Does anybody agree with me? Had Kiki not sat down to do this interview, Guerdy would have been left holding the bag. Now, I wonder why Trey called her a bed wench a few weeks ago. Do y'all remember? And I was like, oh, shit. But now I get it, Trey. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. I really do. Kiki is smart. Kiki is clever. Kiki is not a dumb spider at all. She is not a dumb spider.
Listen at me and listen at me clearly. If you don't want me coming for you, then just stop fucking coming for me, okay?
And here's what I mean when I say Kiki's not a dumb spider. My husband teaches me a lot as it relates to physics, gravity, history, whatever, science, and animals. And we were watching, I'm scared of spiders, FYI. And I told him I killed a spider. And he told me he couldn't believe I did it because normally I would leave it for him to do it or put a cup over it. And he said, that's the dumb spider. You with me, Trey? You're going to have to give me an amen from the choir. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was just,
Okay.
I did call that lady a bed wench. I did.
Yes, you did. Let me tell my spider story. Then I want you to tell us why you think that lady's a bed wench. So I told him I killed a spider. He said, well, that's the dumb spider. I said, what do you mean that's the dumb spider? He said, that's the one you can see. If it's one, there's more. Baby, I damn near put the house up for sale. He said, that's the dumb spider. The rest stay hidden. I was like, what? Let's get this show on the road. Welcome, Trey. Welcome, my friend. How are you today?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm happy. What about you?
Good, good. I'm doing real good, and I just want to say hey to everyone in the palace. And I definitely have to say you got a smart man over there, man. You got a smart
Thank
man.
you. Listen, let's get into it, baby. We're finna break down this interview, y'all. And thank you, Carlos, for doing the interview. Because to me, it really exposed Kiki. Oh, Kiki, you did a word salad and it vindicated Guerdy. Now, Trey, a couple of weeks ago, you came up on this platform and you said that Kiki was a bad wench. Very strong language. Now, tell us where you were coming from with your thoughts.
Well, from watching the show, it was either her bootlicking the white girls or her talking about something sexual or some man that she was with. So it just gave she just kind of gave a bed wench. It's like she was that's the vibe or the energy I got from her. So
Okay. And look, now here's the thing. Did anybody else watch the interview that Kiki did with Carlos King besides me? Did anybody else take a look at it? Yes,
I did
no?
not.
Okay, I'm going to pull it up. And let me just talk about fair use. I am utilizing the content to do an in depth breakdown of Black girl betrayal and how you can have two people from the same culture with similar backgrounds that have two different versions and experiences of what it means to remain loyal to each other. We're not going to review the entire video. I did make a few notes and timestamps that I would like to review and recap in full time as a YouTube community and forum as we discuss how we can better bridge the gap. You get it? Wink, wink. Y'all got it? I just gave a full rundown of why we are utilizing the commentary, and you can find it at timestamp 1325. Thank you, Melanin. Wink, wink. All right. All right. So this is what we're going to do. Hold on. Number one, I love her voice. I love Kiki's voice. Here we go. I'm pulling it up. She's very sultry. She's very pronounced and intentional. Here we go. I'm going to let it open up. What PSM said, most Haitians aren't loyal. I'm Haitian and I said it. Ooh. Thank you. Thank you. Here we go. We got it keyed up. Let's remove the overlay. And Kiki, you were full of it. And listen, Guerdy's on to you because Guerdy came out with this. Any thoughts on, somebody online, one of the fans asked, are there any thoughts on Kiki podcast with Carlos King? To which Guerdy responded, let's think about her doing a press tour ahead of the reunion airing to get ahead of the real story. Nah, no comment. I'm very comfortable in the truth, not the spin. And by the way, the cameras don't lie. Oop.
Mm-hmm.
Oop. That means some shit probably went down. Because I thought it odd to see Kiki. I know Carlos likes to go over there and play with the Bravo girls, but I kind of found it odd. I'm like, that's just an odd pairing. But now we know, according to Guerdy, Kiki's trying to get ahead of whatever scandal is coming. Here we go.
I just want to get started with you. Thank you for that.
I couldn't say no. I mean, I'm like, Carlos, of course. When? Where? I'm there, naked. I'm naked. I'll show up however you want me. I'm so sorry.
Well, you have on clothes and you look good.
Thank you. Well, you asked me to come looking decent, or else my titties would have been out.
I just want to get started with you. Listen, this season.
Trey, is that what you mean when you say she's always referencing something sexual?
Yes.
When she said, well, since you asked me to come decent, or my titties would have been out.
Very much so.
Okay. Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's like an insecurity where she feels like she has to lead with sexual things to kind of, make herself seem a little bit more. But I don't. I'm really not sure. I do remember that she was out there pissing in the ocean, on camera as well, which was kind of odd.
Okay, hold on.
Season 7 of the Real Housewives of Miami's off the chain. But before we get into that, obviously this season also has opened up you to the world in terms of your backstory. And I, along with the audience, we're so grateful and thankful that we are getting to know you a little bit deeper. So just talk to me about that. Like, what was your decision in telling
Watch this, y'all.
us like who Kiki really is?
Well, first of all, we must pray.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, let's pray. Hold on. Okay, let's pray.
She said, first of all, let's pray. That completely took me by surprise because it disarmed me while I was watching the interview. I thought it was a brilliant strategy. And I said, damn, you can't go in yet, queen, because the girl said, let's pray. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, it also feels kind of weird after she just said I'm coming up there with my titties out. But it I feel like it's very common for. Well, I'm not Haitian, but it seems like that would be something that they would do. I don't know. PSM, can you
Okay.
correct me if I'm wrong? I'm not sure.
PSM. Are you seem like you saying it seemed like something that the Haitians would do? Pray?
Yeah, let's pray. Let's pray before we. It just seems very. I don't know.
Coterie?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 So she gets through the prayer. I don't even know if I have to pray to. Let's see. Uh-oh. I'm gonna play it fast.
Bow our head.
Father God, Heavenly King, we thank you so much for this beautiful day. We are grateful for having us here. Please guide us, help us speak only the truth. Guide us with wisdom, clarity, and help us to be honest and speak our truth. And for any bad energy that has been sent to us, we ask you to please rebuke it and help us, what's the word I'm looking for? Just help us transmute it and bring everything back to a positive energy. I'm calling Archangel Michael to please guide us and protect us and remove any blockages that's in our way and help us only speak the truth, nothing but the truth. Thank you, God.
Amen.
Amen. So I was like,
Yeah.
dang, that's smart. What were you about to say?
Oh, I was just saying, amen. Good for her. I'm glad that she
Yeah.
kind of disarmed him as well with that. Possibly.
She disarmed me too, because I was ready to go. As I was sitting on my sofa, right, taking my notes. And as soon as she said amen, and I said amen, because I'm going to adhere to prayer, and I paused. This is what I wrote. I said, she's rehearsed. She says and does all the right things. Guerdy, you didn't stand a chance with her. You didn't stand a chance with her. You had no idea what you were up against. And that's why it's important for us to discern different spirits before we interact or bring them on or into our inner circle. Guerdy had no idea. Now I'm going to skip around. I'm going to go. All of it was good, but I want to skip around a little bit. I'm going to go to I'm going to go, I think, to this timestamp. Let me see.
Right side that's telling me, oh, when you get to the US, you can always, so it become a dream. Like, okay, well, here in Haiti, they literally mocking me because I have long legs, I'm skinny. But then there's another group that's like, when you go to the US, you're gonna be big, you're gonna this, you're gonna that. So I always knew I was gonna be somebody. I just didn't know that I will have to go through all that chaos to get here where I am today. And this is just the beginning. Because I'm a very positive person. And it's gonna happen. You just have to keep manifesting it. And I'm very strong at manifesting my own life. Because I've been to space where I don't even know how I make it out, but I made it through. And
So she gave a very real and not so favorable review of her upbringing in Haiti. She didn't go too hard on the Haitians, but basically what she was sharing is that she was long and lanky and skinny. And that's kind of looked down and frowned upon in the Haitian culture because they want you to have meat on your bones. So you have one side the Haitians making fun of her because of her look, so she never felt beautiful. But then you have these American people that whomever she was in touch with were saying, what you have is perfect for the US. And when you come to the US, oh my God, you're gonna be so beautiful. You're gonna be such a great model. So she chose to lean on that side and kind of fantasize about one day I'm gonna be something. I'm gonna be somebody. I'm gonna become somebody. Any thoughts on that, Trey, before I go to the next timestamp?
I love that for her. I love that she pulled into the resilience of believing the positive and moving with the positive, rather than just harboring that negative energy that she was receiving.
Okay. Okay. Liz says she got a body. She just tall. So she not real skinny. I mean, I saw
She's
her.
not a model fan. She gives model. She gives a model-esque uh, figure.
Okay. 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 Let me fast forward a little bit because I want to let me see if I can find the clip. Uh-oh, somebody's at hold on. Hold on, y'all. Wait, somebody's at my door. They left. Oh, it's my delivery. Okay, give me 1 second. Here we go.
I don't know. I kind of started looking cute, like little, just a little bit of. They were not mean,
Okay.
and I didn't speak English. I still don't speak English.
So wait, when you came to
Girl, you speak English, but okay.
America from Haiti as a 13-and-a-half-year-old girl, you spoke no English.
Of course not. I don't speak French. I don't speak English. And mind you, in Haiti, if you don't speak French, it's almost like you're like from the lowest class. That's how they classify it. So I mean, my dad put me in the best school. I could have learned French, but I don't know. I just felt like it was not easy. I can read it, I can write it, but for some strange reason, it's very hard to speak it. So I was always a strong Creole speaking person. And, I don't know. I came here.
Be very careful. I want y'all to pay very close attention because she's with her language, she's basically going to say in the interview, Guerdy had a problem with her speaking Creole. So just I'm gonna take you back just a few seconds.
No English.
Of course not. I don't speak French. I don't speak English. And mind you, in Haiti, if you don't speak French, it's almost like you're like from the lowest class. That's how they classify it. So I mean, my dad put me in the best school. I could have learned French, but I don't know. I just felt like it was not easy. I can read it, I can write it, but for some strange reason, it's very hard to speak it. So I was always a strong Creole speaking person. And, I don't know. I came here. The people were not too mean, but I can't complain. Unless you were not horrible to me, I'm not going to complain about that. So
how did you learn English?
From people's mouth. I mean, a little bit in school, but I try to. Here's the thing with a lot of Haitian people when they come here.
I don't believe her at this point. I think she's purposely, if you listen to when he's saying, how did you learn English? Oh, just from other people's mouths. No, because then your English would have been broken because everybody have a different dialect.
Right.
You speak perfect English. So I'm kind of lost on why you are insinuating maybe, my English isn't. What do you think she's leading up to?
I'm really not sure. It is getting a little bit confusing, especially when I asked her about that, because she was actually doing a good job with the humanizing part of the interview. But now it's kind of getting like, well, girl, what do you mean? My only guess would be because I'm not sure if she continues to talk about maybe she was like deep into the model world. Like, did she say when she actually moved to America?
I think she was a teenager.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think she.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but I'd like to hear more to see where she's going with this.
Let me see if I can find it. So what she said, the reason she moved to America is like, her dad come, and of course with Haitians, you bring some people over, and her dad brought her over, not because he wanted her to do better, but according to her, her dad brought her over and was like, now you're financially responsible for your mother. Boom, take care of her. So I don't have to. So that's what I mean when I say when I said she didn't give like a lot of positives regarding her view on Haitian people including her own family members. So I wonder if she put 10 on 20 when she gave that story about them threatening to kill her. I'm not saying they did or didn't, but if you already have a lopsided view of your own people and you really don't like that blackness and that some people, listen, there are some black folks, some Haitian folks, some African people that just don't want to be there with y'all. Does that make sense?
That's very true, and it's very easy for anyone to kind of lean on positivity or people praising you for one thing or on one side, especially when the other side that you would believe that you would um, uh, be more akin to, they're tearing you down. So if I have some white man, telling me, "Oh, you'll be a famous model. You giving Naomi Campbell. You'll be this, that, and the third. You'll travel across the world." I would be inclined to be more acceptable to that white person than I would the Haitian people that are telling me that I'm too skinny and that are looking down on me because I didn't learn French correctly.
Right. And you know what? To answer your question, she moved here when she was a teenager. I think she was 13 or 14. Let me go back to that, y'all, and just listen carefully. Like, it just seemed like, I don't know if she was mistreated, but I will say it seems that Kiki has internalized racism where she has a problem with some of these people in her culture for whatever reason. Some of you may say childhood trauma, being teased, but I think it's spilled over into the adulthood, which is why we're going to see the lack of connectedness and also the black girl betrayal when it comes to her and Guerdy. I don't think she identifies. I think she knows she's black and she's going to say the right thing. Yes, I'm Haitian, I'm this and that. But I think it's more of a convenience of when to say it and how to strategically weave it into different conversations. But outside of that, I'm not sure. I can honestly say she's comfortable in the skin that she's in. I'm going to just leave it at that. But let me see if I can pull it back and you hear the part about her and the Haitians, and then we're gonna get to the part about. I feel like she idolized Marisol a lot in this interview. She literally propped Marisol up. You got to watch the entire. You can go to Carlos's page and watch it. In my opinion, I believe strongly she propped Marisol up to be the great white hope for her. She gave her so many compliments. She gave her so much credit. She was very, very hesitant to give Guerdy credit for anything. And the only reason she gave Guerdy credit for bringing her on is because she had to, based on the line of questioning, if y'all are following me. Let me see. Moving to America, early struggles. Let me see. I think that's at, yes. Let me go back to 7. Right here.
And look where I am today.
No,
Yeah.
you're doing so well. When you came to America, how old were you?
I was 13 going on 14. And I tell people it's 14, but 13 going on 14 because I'm like, it's like when you're like middle age, you either can be one. Yeah.
Was it a culture shock for you? Were you like, did you love it? Were you frightened when you came to America? Was it?
I was supposed to come here as, well, first of all, I was one of the smartest girl in school in Haiti. I was like first in my class. I was like one of those students that you skip certain class because I was so smart. You know, my dad had his life together in Haiti. He was a businessman. I was in private school. Life was good in Haiti. So my dad main thing was, we're gonna bring her to the US. I was supposed to come here for 3 months. 3 months, that's it. And when I decided to come and I stayed with my stepmother, she was only supposed to have me for 3 months. And I think when my dad ended up changing his mind, that's when things changed also, because she was expecting me to only be at the house for 3 months. And then here I am now, decided to be like, oh, we're going to school, we're staying here. And yeah.
Oh, wow. So you get your brains from your dad, you think?
Your what?
Your brains, your smartness, your business sense?
Not, well, you know, I'm learning to become a business person. You know, I mean, some of us, we have to be the face of the businesses. You know?
Did you see how she was hesitant to say what positive attributes her parents gave her?
Yeah.
Because if you didn't get it from your dad, then you got it from your mama.
Right.
And that's why I say, like, I didn't know I don't know. It's just like she's hesitant to give black folks any credit for anything, including her own parents and her stepmom who took care of her. Because you weren't, let's talk now. You're not her child. I know y'all will. If it's mine, you got to love them like you love them. Nobody's ever going to love yours like you love them unless you are the biological parent.
Right.
Nobody can match your love for them unless you don't love them, then I can love them better than you can. But your true healthy love, I can come close, but it's not going to be the same. And you couldn't even give that lady a positive that helped raise you when your dad tricked her and told her it was just going to be 3 months. And surprise, surprise, nope, you stuck with her for the rest. You stuck with her for the rest of your life. What's your thoughts, Trey?
Well, that alone is kind of crazy. And I would think that she would at least give her stepmother, some type of credit, especially since her stepmother was kind of the catalyst to her staying in America. Yeah, that's really odd. But it makes sense now, knowing that she got here at 13, that she was able to kind of learn English. I'm
Yeah.
guessing through people talking, or through common conversation. And more than likely, I'm sure she was still in school, so I'm sure she
Yeah.
learned English from there too. So I'm not sure why she didn't say, hey, yeah, I was in school at 13, so I was able to learn English through school and conversation.
Yes.
That was a weird way
That
to.
that was weird how she I okay, so now I'm like, I don't want to call the lady a liar, but I wonder if leaving out details is a form of lying, because there's no way that you would be in school in the US and you can't read and write English.
Right.
You're
And
gonna
when
have
she
to
got to
learn.
the US, she would be in what, seventh grade, seventh or eighth grade. So she hadn't even made to high school yet. So she had plenty
Yeah,
of time to actually
plenty of
learn
time.
English.
The
Okay.
only thing I can think of is if you have your internalized racism is so deep that you can't give nobody black credit for anything, including the teachers that taught you. That's the only thing, because you said I had to, and you're smart, you're educated, so I know you were reading and writing. Like, what's the full story? What's up? Okay, let's
Yeah.
continue. Here we go.
Not all of us were, but I've been I've been the faces of many businesses, but I haven't really explored that side yet. And there's nothing to hide. Some of us are better in businesses, some of us are we have to learn, and I'm surrounding myself with a group of people now that I can learn from. Because I always tell this, I even say this to Marisol, it's never too late to learn. And it's no question is a dumb question. Because no
Marisol.
matter how crazy it sounds, that the person don't know, because that's why they're asking.
Yeah.
All you have to do, just answer. Don't mock them. Don't make fun of them. Just because you know the answer doesn't mean that everyone have to know the answer.
Yeah.
So
I didn't realize she was a friend of the show. I thought she was a full-time housewife. Did y'all know she was a friend of the show?
I did, and that's why it's so crazy to me that she's going so hard for these white women, and they haven't even allotted her. They haven't fought for her to be a real part of the show.
And Guerdy did.
I'm not afraid to ask questions.
And Guerdy did, and she's gonna mention Marisol a lot. And I said, here's the play. Everybody calls Marisol the number 2 to Alexa. She's trying to be Marisol's number 2. She's trying to undercut Alexa by pretending to be the weaker vessel to Marisol. If you really understand strategy, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. Now, I don't understand why she want to sit around with all those hard-faced white women, but
She liked a lot.
you could continue.
Get into that. Okay, here we go.
I always ask questions, and I'll be a businesswoman someday. But as right now, I'm learning.
When you came to America, were the kids?
Did you say America?
America.
You said America.
I didn't say America. I think I'm catching up to your accent.
My God, I'm like, America.
You're like,
What is
America.
that? I thought I was bad at speaking
Look,
English.
The A is silent. No, when you came to America, there you go. Were the kids nice to you?
The kids were always like general kids, or my
like
family?
the kids in school. Like, were they nice to you? Did you get bullied?
I remember the kids were nice in general, because I feel like when I came here as a teenager, I don't know. I kind of started looking cute, like little, just a little.
Okay, I think we went to that part. Let me skip a little bit. I want to get to another part.
No Creole. And I don't care if I understand or not what they're saying. I'm still going to go ahead and hang out with them. And that's how I learn. And it's still bad today, but still I can have conversation. I just have a super heavy accent. And, sometimes my word get misconstrued or lost in translation.
Yeah.
And this is why if I'm speaking to you, if you interrupt me, I lose what I'm going to say, because I need to take time to process the word that I'm trying to say. And some of the girls on the show, they help me sometimes. Marisol has been a very good helper.
Marisol.
And sometimes she's like, no, Kiki, that's not how you say it. This is how you say it. And some people will get upset, but I'm like, no, this is great. I've dated men and they correct me. I love that. But I know some people, they'll probably take offense to it.
I think she's talking about Guerdy when she keeps saying some people, some people. So at this point is where I'm paying attention, because I'm like, lovely girl, rehearse, very strategic, could be a freaking politician. I mean, she's good with it. She's smooth, but she's not genuine and authentic, right? It's a game. It's a game for her. Period. She's bidding her time. She's waiting. Listen, if you want to know how to play the game, I'm going to give her props. Watch Kiki. Kiki's sitting back in the cut. She's not overly intimidating. She makes herself a very safe person where everybody gets really comfortable with her on both sides, where no, there's no way sweet little Kiki can be coming for my spot. But guess what? She is. She chopped Guerdy off at the head, isolated her, smart enough to leave Guerdy over there. Now nobody likes you. I'm gonna team up with the white girls. All right, let me see who can I team, because you remember I kept saying Guerdy and Kiki should have paired up. There's twos, and I called out the twos. I said, you got Larsa and Stephanie. You have Adriana and Julia. You have Marisol and Alexia. And then you should have had Guerdy and Kiki. And then Lisa, she ain't going nowhere. You know, she's the youngest of the bunch. She's hot. She's cute. Bravo needs her. She plays a dumb role, right? She's like the Portia of the show. Kiki and Guerdy were on the opposite sides, but Kiki chopped Guerdy's head off and went to the other side. And she damn near is about to chop Alexa's head off and come from the backside. So to me, Kiki has identified Marisol as the weakest link. And I'm going to attach myself to her in a very non-threatening way. What are your thoughts, Trey?
I can agree with that. I will say that if I'm Kiki and I'm thinking strategically, especially with Kiki kind of being one of those women that date a lot of, I would assume very rich and established white men, where she's learned a lot of these kind of backhanded tactics, or how to kind of maneuver in certain situations. Even though Guerdy kind of brought her on the show, I can definitely see her trying to align herself with someone else, rather than the other black girl.
And let me tell you something. Okay, so that's how you know Guerdy. I think they trying to get rid of Guerdy then. Because
I can see that. Yeah, because they got rid of, they were also trying to get rid of Nicole. Like I was saying earlier, well, the last time that we spoke about this, like, Guerdy is a self-made woman. And I fully believe that they do not like they don't like self-made women like that are better or making more or more established in that world than they are. Because that's how they treated Nicole when she was on the show. And they made sure to get her out. And now the way that they are allegedly treating Lisa, because didn't Lisa just get something as far as like a new app where you can like divorce people digitally?
Mhm.
And she was saying that the other people haven't really said anything to her or congratulated to her about that other than Guerdy, and maybe someone else.
They can't get rid of Lisa. That's Bravo. Like, you need a Lisa. Like, most of those women are middle aged, right, to older. Kiki, even if she's Lisa age, she don't have that fire, that spunk like Lisa. You need a young one in there, right? A young lad, a wild
she's
one.
a friend of the show, and I believe she will stay a friend of the show. But I do also agree with you that she's trying to align herself
Yes.
in a way in which still keeps her at the show, if not moving up, she'll still be on the show.
And you see how she's just watch strategically overhyping Marisol, just making sure she didn't say Marisol's name about 8 times throughout this interview, right?
Right.
Okay, now let's continue. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Wait, I'm like, no, I love to learn. It's okay.
Why did you get kicked out?
I got kicked out because, first of all, I felt like my stepmother really didn't want me there because she was expecting me to come for only 3 months, and I ended up staying. And second, that's when I was like, you know what? I really remember what they were saying in Haiti, that it could be a model, and that maybe I should kind of like try to explore it. And by me exploring it,
Let me rewind so
when you're
y'all
here, you don't really
yeah.
have a super heavy accent, and sometimes my word get misconstrued or
Yeah.
lost in translation.
Yeah.
And this is why, if I'm speaking to you, if you interrupt me, I lose what I'm going to say, because I need to take time to process the word that I'm trying to say. And some of the girls on the show, they help me sometimes. Marisol has been a very good helper. And sometimes she's like, no, Kiki, that's not how you say it. This is how you say it. And some people
I refuse to believe that. How old is Kiki? I refuse to believe it. I do not believe it. I think I'm going to call BS. Let me tell you why I'm going to call BS. You came, hold on, Kiki. Let me see. Kiki is 36 years old. You've been here ever since you was 13. We're going on 20 years you've been in the U.S. You do not need Marisol to help you with your words. Quit playing with me. Because if so, you would need somebody to come to that interview and help and assist you. Quit playing with me. I call BS. I don't know what the angle is with this language thing and why. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. And if it don't make sense, typically it's because it's not true or you're hiding behind something. You don't need Marisol to help you translate. You believe that crap, Trey?
I can definitely agree that she does not need Marisol. But I can also see her being one of those people that leans on their accent and leans on the I'm slightly ignorant to allow people to feel superior to them as a way to gain some type of camaraderie with them.
I got you. And that takes me to Vonda. Vonda Ransom's comment. She says Kiki is so busy being a servant and will turn on her own to keep her job, even if she has to keep showing and tongue kissing Julia. I don't know if she's a servant. I think she's a serpent. Servant or a serpent? I'm still trying to figure it out. She too slick for me. That's why I say serpent. She's very smart though. Very, very smart. What you think, Trey?
I can agree. It right now it's leaning more towards the serpent, with servant, you know, with also some servant capabilities or habits. I do believe that if I'm thinking strategically, Marisol would be one of the best people to try to cling to, because we talk about Lisa is the hot girl, whatever, but Marisol is not going anywhere, especially if it comes to the Miami Housewives, because she's a mainstay. The fact that she had her
Yep.
mother on there until she passed, she's one of the fan faves. As far as Bravo is concerned, maybe not the people that watch, but I believe that she's one of those girls that's going to be on there.
I
So it
like
makes sense for
Marisol.
her. Hmm.
I like her. I don't know. I mean, some people don't like her, right? They don't. They feel like she's all up Alexa's ass. I like Marisol. I like Marisol because you know what you get with her.
Correct. Yes, I
I
agree.
kn- yeah, I know she gonna kiss her ass to stay. That don't bother me when people are true to themselves. Hell, I had a neighbor I told y'all about when he said somebody asked him if he was a racist, and he said, "Yes, I am." And we would go out to dinner with him all the time. Little old man, he's not a threat because I know who he is. He would come by my house on a daily basis and leave me oranges from his tree. You get what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that kind of stuff, I like Marisol. And here, I know here how I see it. So they've identified Marisol as the weakest link and told her to her face last episode. You know why? Because in other cultures, being old is considered uh unfavorable. I think if Marisol were younger, they would not be calling her the weakest link. She's more polished, but she's aged out that group, not to me, but being old in white groups, Latin groups, and that type of high, those women that are up there, that's frowned upon. So she's hanging on by a thread. That's why I feel like they feel like she's the weakest because she's the oldest. Whereas in Black culture, shit, Yeah, baby, it don't matter if I can get down at 50 and still look good like you. None of that comes into play. You see Karen, ain't nobody coming for Karen on the Real Housewives of Potomac outside of her drinking and driving. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause
I agree with you.
yeah, when she step on the scene, she's very well put together. So we don't it's different. And that's why I think that they think she's the weakest because she's the oldest. I also think that's part of the reason why Kiki is trying to buddy up. What do y'all call it? Uh not buddy up, butter her up. Thank you, Queen Liz. She said Marisol is really number one. Real money, old money, history in Miami, and finally married her best friend. Alexi is on the way out, especially with Todd stuff. Yes, NC. Who is NC? NC. NC. Guerdy is number one right now, especially with her storyline. NC. Who is NC? I don't know. But I agree with everything else. Guerdy is not going anywhere. They're going to try to squeeze her out, baby. If she not going anywhere, they're going to try to squeeze her out, right? That's what I see. And you know what's crazy about it, how I see it, TV? I think Kiki is very well aware of it. I think she's been in rooms where there's been conversations with them talking crap about Guerdy. And as a Black woman, she should be ashamed of herself that she's in those rooms and not looking out because Guerdy brought your ass on the show. Marisol didn't recommend you. Marisol didn't reach out to you. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. All right, let me continue. And Trey, just jump in when you want to, okay?
Okay.
Some people will get upset, but I'm like, no, this is great. I've dated men and they correct me. I love that. But I know some people, they'll probably take offense to it. I'm like, no, I love to learn. It's okay.
So she says she liked when white men correct her.
Why did you get kicked out?
I got kicked out because first of all, I felt like my stepmother really didn't want me there because she was expecting me to come for only 3 months and I ended up staying. And second, that's when I was like, you know what? I really remember what they were saying in Haiti that it could be a model and that maybe I should kind of like try to explore it. And by me exploring it, you know, when you're here, you don't really know how to start modeling. You don't know to go to an agency. So you kind of like, I was using Model Mayhem, like, you know, trying to find photographers to shoot with. And I'm shooting and someone would be like, no, you have to shoot like this, topless or this and that. And then I was just excited showing the pictures like, look, I'm going to be a model. And she just didn't like it. And I remember
Oh, girl, you didn't get kicked out because your stepmama wanted you out. You got kicked out because you came from a Haitian culture with a Christian background and you was taking nude photos. Does that sound more accurate?
Yeah, that definitely sounds like that's what happened.
And it freaked them the hell out. She ran and told your daddy, this will not happen up in my damn house, especially if she was African American. She down here and within 3 months, she taking her top off, showing her tits. I know how that went down. Not up in here. She's not telling the truth. And that's the worst kind of friend to have. Somebody that's not going to stand up for you or give the full story. And that's what Guerdy's up against. And that's what I wrote. I stopped short of giving y'all all of my notes. And I said, Guerdy, you didn't stand a chance. She had it out for Haitians based on her upbringing. She wanted to distance herself from that. Anything that reminded her of that Haitian background, right? Why does she view Marisol as the great white hope, right? Nobody got a positive shout out. Nobody Haitian got a positive accolade. Nobody, only Marisol. Girl, you just met Marisol. And all of these wonderful Haitian people and Black people have been in your life and ain't nobody did nothing right. But Marisol is the great white hope. And this is what I wrote. Her Blackness is her pain. She can't relate. Trey, take it from there.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's really it's kind of weird to hear her kind of dance around the truth, like giving a half truths about her life. But she does sound very polished when she does it. I just find it weird for people to be like for a door to be open and the person that opened the door for you, you just gonna step on their toe and walk right past them and try to get them pushed up out the door. That's what I really don't care for about Kiki. And it makes sense, a lot of the things that she's saying about how her adjacency to whiteness and her love for white people correcting her, it just makes sense the way that she has been treating Guerdy, just based off of that, because the girls don't really care for Guerdy like that.
At all. I mean, listen, when that lady said, "Do you not want to go since we're cults? Are you comfortable?" I was like, "Oh shit, that's how they talk to you in corporate America. Before they get rid of you, they're gonna give you a chance to leave, and you still said, 'I want to go.' You were supposed to sit that one out. You supposed to read the room, and you went anyway. And I get it; it's a job, but in that moment, I was like, they coming for her. They're coming for her. They don't want her there, um, for whatever reason. And Kiki, I'm starting to believe that you have inside scoop, and you ain't saying a word, and you sitting back, and you playing it safe, so you can save your behind. And in the process of doing that, you're playing this political game and this social game, almost like Big Brother. They finna backdoor Guerdy. They're gonna make it so uncomfortable. It's gonna be hard for her to stay. Uh, how you say this name? Awatless? Hawatless. Owless. I have a general question. Why are they only bringing Haitian blacks to reality TV? Do American blacks not want to join? I don't think they look and say, "Oh, this is a Haitian." I think they discover that somewhere in the process, right? And it becomes like, "Oh, that's a 2 for 1," right? Um, but let's just play devil's advocate. You could get them cheaper than American blacks, you know?
Yeah, and I think that like like before, Kiki she was just a tag along. She was somebody that was brought on from Guerdy, and Guerdy herself gives all of the qualities that you would want in a housewife. When we talk about what people like to see in housewives, women that are married and established in their own way, Guerdy gives that. So I can see why they would choose her. And I can also see why Guerdy would want for Kiki to be a part of the process as well, or a part of the experience. Because Guerdy is not, she doesn't come off to me as one of those jealous types. She seems more like a level-headed lover and a friend, a real friend. That's the energy that I get from her. And unfortunately, she's kind of allowed this young lady to kind of come in and kind of stir the pot. I don't feel like Guerdy will leave the show unless, like you said, they have pushed her. The other girls have pushed her to the point where she doesn't feel comfortable staying.
Hey, y'all ain't new here. Y'all hear me talk to y'all on Wednesdays when we break down I mean, not on Wednesdays, on a weekly basis when we break down reviews and hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. One thing that I share and I repeat on a over and over is women attacking packs. It's very seldom you'll just have a one-on-one confrontation, and I don't mean physical, just like, well, we just don't like each other. Somebody's gonna recruit somebody. Most times, 9 times out of 10, women attacking packs, and they gonna gnaw away at Guerdy. And Gertie's gonna find out or discover what she's really made of. And that's when I was like, y'all should be staying together. You and Kiki should be too, not realizing Kiki wanted no part of that. So Guerdy has been alone the entire time. And that's the crappy part about it. She don't realize that the person she recruited to be her number 2 is actually her Judas at the table. Black girl betrayal, the Haitian fallout.
One thing I've also noticed on this show is that they are very keen to gang up and try to hurt anyone who has a seemingly sound marriage. They did the same thing to Nicole. They tried to destroy her marriage, all the stuff they was trying to do on the back end, trying to search for any type of tea they could find between her and her husband. They're doing the same thing to Guerdy, not necessarily about her marriage. I think they understand now that they're not going to do anything to that, but they're doing everything they can to kind of get rid of her as well. They're kind of doing the same thing to Marisol. I think Marisol just fell in love with some man. And,
married
and,
him.
and yeah, and I feel like anytime somebody gets some type of new love life, and it's actually something that, you know, might be positive or good for them, that's when the women start to kind of to pile on them.
Hmm. Ty says a lot of Haitians align themselves with white people. It's unfortunate. Listen, my thing is, do what you need to do. Be friends with who you need to be friends with, but don't bite the hand that feeds you. You know, and I think Guerdy might be too black for Kiki, too Haitian for Kiki, too much for Kiki. Kiki has a crossover appeal. She's been in the modeling world. She knows how to fade to black in the background. She knows not to gain too much weight to fit in. Because when you see Kiki with Stephanie, Kiki looks the part as if she has the same money. You remember when they went to go play tennis or wherever they went and she showed up? She looks the part. She knows how to squeeze in these places and play the role. She knows to say less to get in and get a seat at the table. She knows not to appear threatening. She knows when to speak up at the right time and say, you know what, Stephanie, you're so sweet and nice. I don't want you to have to make that decision. I'm going to make it for you. You take Adriana on the plane. Well, first of all, Stephanie wasn't going to take your black ass on the plane. The moment Stephanie opened her mouth and said, do I go with the one I know? Or do I choose someone that I would like to get to know? Baby, she knew who she wanted to take on that plane. It wouldn't do I do this or that. The ones that she wanted to take, she was definite about. You wasn't about to get on that plane. So she says, and she somewhat of a servant, like y'all said, it's mixed, a serpent with a servant. So I'm gonna jump out there and I'm gonna sacrifice myself so that I'm not an imminent threat. I'm a safe black girl. I'm this, I'm that. I'm a appear to put. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird because she don't have to do that. You on the show. What are you doing? So I'm trying to see where she's going with it. Does that make sense?
Oh yes, most definitely.
Let me see this. Hold on. Okay, here we go. And then I am going to go to a different part of the interview. So I wanted to say that a lot of it, she had some really I put she's stronger than she appears to be. But she assumes a lesser position as a strategy. Not sure why. That's crazy. I wrote that last night. Definitely a threat you wouldn't see coming. She the type of bitch that'll get you fired in corporate America. We was just a happy hour. What? She the type that gonna go back and tell your boss everything you said. Does that make sense?
It does. And y'all are both be in the same position. And a lot of times it's like we understand that, like, even with Guerdy, like the lady said, that she also cowers to these white women. I think it's an understanding that um, there's not too much room or opportunity for them as black women to actually be at the top. So I can see Kiki moving her way up as close as she can get. And no matter if that's like a lower spot or, you know, one of the higher spots, she's going to do what she can to get whatever spot she can in that particular space.
Okay. That's fair. I'm gonna skip to the part where they get to talking about Guerdy. All of it, there was some very interesting. There was so many interesting spaces in this conversation. I was like, if I cover all of them where I feel like she's contradicting herself or just kind of things that make you go, it would be the entire video. So let's jump and see randomly. As you can see where I'm jumping, even though I have time stamps, it's always something popping out.
Coming in and they're making millions. So I was in a space where I was making a lot of money and I was booking a lot. Like I made a living through modeling, but I feel like I was the Naomi Campbell of Haiti. Yeah, that's the way to put it. Because every single Haitian, you know, will be like, this is our Haitian Naomi Campbell. Yeah. So
I mean, I can attest.
I mean, they have Naomi here. Haiti got
Haiti got Kiki. Haiti got Kiki Barty, to be clear.
So she's saying, basically, she's talking about her modeling career and how some of the white girls were coming in making millions, and she came in, she was making good money, but not like them. And basically, she just said, I was the Naomi Campbell of Haiti. Did Kiki have an extensive modeling career, y'all? Let me see.
I honestly don't know.
Me neither. I'm about to look it up. Give me 1 second. Harper's Bazaar representation of global brands, beginning with her debut at Miami Swim Week after moving to the U.S. from Haiti. She's signed with Front Management and has a strong presence in the fashion industry. Her career serves as an inspiration, showcasing her strength and perseverance from humble beginning. Let me see her modeling career. Runway experience for prominent designers. Okay, Barth. Okay, she don't really have a lot. I mean, girl. Okay, but okay. All right. Let's continue.
Clock that. So, how did the Real Housewives of Miami come about?
Well, I will tell you. But first, did you also know I did beauty pageant?
You did?
Girl, don't nobody care, but hold on.
Oh, I represent Haiti so well. I was one of the first ones. Yes, I did. But anyway, how did the Real Housewife of Miami came about? I okay. For Guerdy's 40th birthday,
Mhm.
she was turning 40. I was with, well, not with, whatever.
You see how this woman does not. She's struggling with right now. That's an internal. Remember, we talked about internalized racism. She's having this internal struggle. The truth is the truth, right? If Somali Queen brought me on, if Trey brought me on, how did the Real Housewives of Miami come about? Somali brought me on. And then that's his job as an interviewer. Say, tell me more about it, throw you more questions. She is going back and forth in her head regarding how much credit she wants to give Guerdy. You're witnessing it in real time. Watch this. I'm just going to push it back. I want you to see human behavior when somebody does not like you or care for you. They struggle. She's struggling. Let's do it again.
The Real Housewives of Miami come about.
Well, I will tell you. But first, did you also know I did beauty pageant?
You did?
Oh, I represent Haiti so well. I was one of the first ones. Yes, I did. But anyway, how did the Real Housewife of Miami came about? I okay. For Guerdy's
Okay, Trey. Oh my God. What are your thoughts?
I just find it's hilarious when you know somebody's about to lie because they have to process whatever lie they're about to tell. And it's weird that she would have to process the lie because in the beginning of this interview, it came off that she was very poised and studied and calculated. But when you get to the point where you're asking a basic question of how did you get on the show, which if I was, if I knew that I was going to have an interview about myself being on the show, that would be one of the first things that I would be asked, or one of the main things. So I would have already had my lie put together if I was planning on lying. So I'm tickled to see that she's sitting up here trying to figure out what she's gonna say.
I don't think she expected Carlos to ask her that. I think she just, okay, I'm on the Real Housewives of Miami. Nobody really typically asks that. And uh, unless you've been an OG and they need to remind the newbies of how it came to be, I think she was stunned. And I think she's struggling. And she's at a crossroads, and let's see her navigate through it. Here we go.
40th birthday,
Mhm.
she was turning 40. I was with, well, not with, whatever.
Oh my God.
For Guerdy's 40th birthday, she had this huge party. She ended up connecting with me on social media, on Instagram, and she was like, "Hey, you fabulous. Oh my God, you Haitian, I'm Haitian. You want to hang out? I'm doing this party." Like, she was super lovely. And I ended up going to the party. I met her there. And then that was the time that we hang out. And then I went home and I ended up moving from Miami to Europe. So as I was in Europe, I was engaged. I was over there living my life, and I made an Instagram post talking about, it's my birthday. I got flowers. I got this, because I don't show up. I don't show stuff. You're never gonna find my
Right.
personal stuff in my story. But if it's my birthday, I'm like, oh, I got roses. I got this, because I'm not the type that will open the shoe box and be like, look, I got new shoes. You won't know if these shoes are from 2019 or if did I say 2019?
Yeah.
Or if they from 20.
Look at Carlos being fake.
Ooh, that smile is so cheesy.
Carlos. Carlos is like, y'all, interviewing is exhausting. You have no, everybody's like, go interview. Listen, it depends on who you got sitting in front of you. You got, yeah. Oh, how in the hell did you get on Real Housewives? That's what I asked. How we get shoes in the box, and if you don't put them on your story, okay. Yes, Dina, but it's taken her 40 days and 40 nights to give this lady her credit, her fellow Haitian, which is how we come to the conversation today. Black girl betrayal. She don't want to say it. Let's go.
2025.
Yeah.
So she basically saw my post and she was like, oh my God, Kiki, like we she pretty much recommended me to cast for the show.
So when she saw your post,
She forgot that. She was like, oh my God, you fabulous, you Haitian, you engage, you'll be great for this. And I was like, no way. I'm like, I'm too private for this. This is like, no, I'm not going back to America. And she was like, no, you should try. So did the first casting and they loved me right away. And then, it's a whole process.
Yeah.
But these were like the first step. Like if you didn't if these people didn't want you, wouldn't even get to the whatever,
Yeah.
So fast forward, they wanted it. And I was like, how did I get this? Because I don't think I'm funny, Like, yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. So then I decided things were not working for me over there, and I ended up moving back to Miami.
Still didn't give Guerdy credit the way she should have. Yeah, she pitched me. She recommended me, but I moved from Miami to Europe. I had better things going on. You know me. I'm engaged. I have beautiful gifts. I normally don't post, but I posted and she invited me, but I turned them down. That nullifies and neutralizes any effort on Guerdy's behalf. And then she comes back with this story. But then later on in life, when I was ready, are y'all catching this? The reverse psychology of it all. The lack
Right.
of acknowledgement. Trey, are you following?
I'm following. I will say that it does. I guess it makes sense, but it also kind of makes sense that she doesn't hold as much of a camaraderie or a team type of thing with Guerdy, because it sounds like, okay, so they weren't even associates. It sounds like, girl, I just met you at this party and you told me to go and apply for this job. So I can see why she might not hold as much, uh, you know, camaraderie or what have you with Guerdy as some of us may be, thinking that she should.
Because of her modeling career.
What you
What was
mean?
your what was your reason? I missed.
No, because Guerdy basically just recruited her as a, hey girl, I just saw you at this party. You're Haitian, I'm Haitian. Hey, apply for this job. That's what she's giving. That's the story that she's giving. She's minimizing. I don't know if this is a true story or not, but she's definitely minimizing Guerdy
minimizing.
to the fullest
Okay.
extent.
Okay, I see what you're saying, downplaying it. And that's
Right.
why Guerdy came out with this message. Let's rewind. Let's remind. Guerdy says, let's think about her doing a press tour ahead of the reunion to get ahead of the real story. Nah, no comment. I'm very comfortable in the truth, not the spin. And by the way, the cameras don't lie. Ooh, that makes sense. Let's continue. So let me see what else she says about Guerdy, and then I'll tell you what my reaction was.
And yeah, and that's how I got referred to the show. It's still Guerdy.
Wow.
Yeah.
But she said that last as an afterthought. Did y'all miss it? And yeah, that's how I was referred to the show because of Guerdy. But
or they wanted it. I was like, how did I get this? Because I don't think I'm funny, Like, yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. So then I decided things were not working for me over there, and I ended up moving back to Miami. And yeah, and that's how I got referred to the show. It's still Guerdy.
Wow.
no life, no excitement, no pitch in the voice. Yeah. No smiling, no gratitude, no nothing. Very disappointing, to say the least. Dang. Okay. Now, this was my reaction to it because I wanted to be intentional, right? I, I wrote, she barely wanted to give Guerdy props, made Guerdy seem less than, like you said, Trey, really downplaying Guerdy's influence of her being brought into the Bravo family. Like Guerdy chased her, opposed to putting her on. She barely gives Guerdy credit. She praises Marisol throughout the interview, and she was brought in under Larsa. Okay. She tried to make Guerdy the bad guy throughout this interview, and also on the show. Girl, you snaked your own friend. Speaking Creole's lies. So I'm ahead of myself. They're about to get into why she and Guerdy are at odds, or how they became to be on the opposite sides of the room.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were-
But I came in as Larsa's friend.
That's also, well, that's going to be. It was weird because I first of all, let's be clear. Miami Housewives is that girl.
Yes, we are.
I thought they were the
Carlos,
lowest for the
please.
show, though.
Carlos, please.
Lord have mercy. Weren't they the lowest rated of all the Bravo franchises, the Housewives? Okay.
It is. I'm speechless. This show is good, so I've been
It's a
watching
good
it.
balance. It's a good.
Yes.
It's a very good group.
No shade to the first iteration of it, the first 2 or 3 seasons. I tried to get into it. It's just no. But then it was off the air for 7 years, and then it came back, and I'm like living in Miami at the time, and I'm like,
Oh, you were leaving here?
I was living here.
That's cool.
I do feel like this season is really good. Do you, Trey? I mean, are you just kind of, you can take it or leave it?
This season it's more of a take it or leave it. I did enjoy last season though. I definitely say that. Last season I enjoyed it a little bit more than I am this season.
I guess I'll have to compare the two. Let me ask my hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Let me ask. Yeah, How I See It TV. You said she was trying to figure out how not to give Guerdy no credit, or the least amount of credit as possible. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad because that means something happened. You to my is she gonna ask if she can pray again? Listen, that's pretty bad. That means something really bad. It may not be repairable, whatever has happened with them on the show. Listen, my Twitter people that are tuned in, Bree, I think that's you over there that shared the live. Thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate it. Let me ask you this. Do you feel like this season is a good season? What do y'all think? Those of you that are tuned in.
Cool.
I was living here, and I was like, let me see what these girls are doing. And the first episode, I said, oh, this show was everything. So that's why I'm surprised. I didn't know Guerdy referred you to the show because you came in as Larsa's friend.
Well, there's a whole backstory to it.
Okay.
And you treated you were making faces. You made Guerdy seem like the black sheep, and
It's like a whole backstory. So when me and Guerdy were supposed to start the show, everything was like, we're so excited. The 2 Haitian girls, we're gonna go, we're queens, with this, with that. And then it kind of take a left turn. I think part of it was because like I spoke Creole to her. That's my understanding. I think she got upset with me. The reason I think part of that is I spoke Creole to her. And
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Julia took Guerdy on a cruise and left her ass by herself, and she still forgave Julia. Julia left Guerdy in the waiting room on a Zoom call and pretended not to see her. I don't think Guerdy had a problem with you because you spoke Creole to her. Does that sound? I mean, I could be wrong. Does that sound?
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
What do you think? I don't know, Trey. Why would she say that? What's really happening here?
I honestly have no idea. Like what does she even mean by that? Because I spoke. What did you say in Creole? Is it because you just spoke Creole? That I don't. It's weird.
PSM, can you help us out? Why would Guerdy be offended? Anybody that's Haitian? Okay, thank you. She here. Why my Haitians? Why would Guerdy be offended of another Haitian person speaking Creole to them? It's very confusing, I have to agree. That's a good question. What did you say to her in Creole? Carlos, let's see if you did your job.
And And she did not like that. I don't know what her side is, because from what I'm hearing, there is a whole other side of it, but this is my truth. And from that, she just decided, she was like, well, I don't want to,
So they're talking about Guerdy to you, and being that Guerdy is the one to bring you on, you never thought to pick up the phone and hash it out with her and say, hey, listen, you said we're two Haitian girls coming on the show. This was supposed to be fun until I spoke Creole. Well, you know what? I really don't know her side. Then you can't assume.
Right. I just feel like she's grasping for straws. She's just pulling stuff out the air to create some type of dissension between her and Guerdy. Because that doesn't make sense.
And Melanie makes a good point. They need to understand that they need Black views. Listen, listen. We're not going to teach them. Not in 2025. We're not going to teach them. Why? Yeah, I'm with you, Miss Boss Chick. Why would Guerdy get upset because you spoke a different language or dialect to her? That just it's not tracking with me. I just but maybe she'll say something that makes sense here.
Was this on camera or before?
It was off. Well, me speaking Creole to it was on camera. I never made it to the on air.
To the cut, yeah.
Exactly. But then I was like, why are we not together? I was just asking questions, and I find out and I was like, okay, well, the other girls are my friends too. So
she said nothing. She said a lot, but said nothing. Are y'all paying attention? Watch this.
I keep seeing her line because she keeps standing up in the air when he asking her these questions. She looking for the line. I don't care for it.
Let's pay. Okay, I'm gonna play it again. Listen to him and then listen to her.
Well, me speaking Creole to it was on camera. I never made it to the on air.
To the cut, yeah.
Exactly. But then I was like, why are we not together? I was just asking questions, and I find out and I was like, okay, well, the other girls are my friends too. So, and that's how I ended up getting very close with Larsa. Closer, because I had already know some of the girls. I got closer to Larsa, Marisol, and Alexia. And this is why, if you go back for the 3 seasons, you're going to always see Guerdy, Nicole, and Julia together.
Yeah.
And I was always with the other people. And this is why now it's like, oh, Kiki's kissing. I'm like, but if you look back, these are the girls that I was always with. And it's not that I'm kissing their follows.
Nobody said you was kissing their ass. So you just admit it. Are you kissing ass? Because you called out Larsa, you called out Alexia, and who else she called out? Marisol. You wanted in with the top dogs. You wanted to be with the popular girls. To you, Julia and Guerdy are rejects. You didn't want no parts of that. You saw what you wanted and you made a beeline for it as soon as you got comfortable. Call a thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good. We dialoguing. Go ahead.
I don't think she understands that she's kind of self-admitting that she didn't really care for Guerdy. It's like she's admitting that she understands that Guerdy brought her onto the show, but she still chose not to align herself or hang with Guerdy. And I don't think she realizes that that's what she's kind of insinuating, the way that she's talking.
No, and this is why when she's like, "Oh, I don't know English that good," and then 3 minutes later, I'm actually the smartest person in my class in the room. She thinks to me, Kiki, you remember what did my notes say? She's stronger than what you think she is. Let me go back. I said she's stronger than what she appears to be, but she assumes a lesser position as a strategy. I'm not sure why. She's definitely a threat you would not see coming.
I can agree with that. I definitely think that she is more calculated than people seems to be. I might not say that she's smarter. I just think that she likes playing the dumb role, or the ignorant role, to allow others to make themselves feel better about themselves.
Oh, let me say this: stronger. She's stronger than what she
Yeah.
appears to be. Let me tell you something. Guerdy, the way she betrayed the Black girl betrayal, I don't think Guerdy saw it coming. And I think, if I had to guess, she did that shit in real time, up front in Guerdy's face on camera, where Guerdy had to keep a straight game face. When the reunion comes and Guerdy tells her side, I think it's going to force all of us to go back and have to review the footage and be like, oh my God, that's what happened in this scene. That's why Guerdy may have said, look at me windmilling for Guerdy. Who would have ever thought? I
Yeah,
think
because I remember.
she snaked Guerdy on camera in real time. Go ahead, Trey.
I remember when you were saying that Guerdy, she talked too damn much. I remember you said something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think that Kiki, even I want to say, didn't something happen to where Kiki was like Guerdy was holding her hand, and Kiki was sharing her story about her family and the people that was trying to kill her, and then she turned around and just kind of, I think that was a kind of a snake for her to just kind of dismiss and block and remove Guerdy from her orbit. After she just kind of poured her heart out to Guerdy, and Guerdy was actually there listening to her in earnest and genuineness. It's just weird, you know. I think that's one of the things that she was talking about.
But see, she didn't want that. She didn't want the sympathy and the empathy from Guerdy. When Guerdy said, go ahead, babe, tell your story, she didn't even look her way. She wanted it from Marisol. I mean, no, Alexia.
A mess. I agree with how I see it. It is NECA and Wendy all over again.
Baby, don't get me started because I think Wendy's the snake. I think Wendy is the snake of NECA and Wendy. I think I may be out there by myself. How I see a TV celebrating over there on Friday because I'm windmilling for Guerdy. Listen, let me tell you something. If you right, you're right. I'll come off my square and go fight for you. You know what I mean? I'll bow down. All right, let's go.
These girls, not only they've been having my back, but I fight them too. You don't get to see everything. You know how it is. Like it's a big cast. Like it's like what 45 minutes. It's big. You don't get to see everything. Yeah. So yeah, that's what happened.
Did she explain to you?
Look, she didn't even say Guerdy had her back by bringing her on the show, but she gives accolades and recognition to the white Latinas that have had her back. What about Guerdy? Something really bad must have happened.
To you, why you speaking Creole to her offended her?
Not really. No. You can ask her that.
But so you felt the distance.
Well, it's not that there was a distance. It was like, I just felt like, why are we not doing scenes? And I find out.
Oh.
You making up stuff. You ain't said nothing.
No, what? That doesn't make any sense.
At all. She lying.
And then you're a friend of the show. I'm not going to be doing a whole bunch of scenes with a friend of the show. If we're being honest.
I got to get these main cast members.
Right.
Like the substitute teacher. I got to get in this break room with all the other educators. So you use Guerdy.
Things with Guerdy because weren't all the other girls pushing Guerdy away anyway? Because of the foolishness with Julia?
Yeah.
So I don't, her story's not adding up. It's not making sense.
It's not. And it seems like you saw that Guerdy was on the outs and you took it upon yourself to take the opportunity to secure your spot, whether Guerdy was going to be in or out. So therefore, if whatever was happening, and you said you knew they were talking about her because you heard that Guerdy was not happy with you. Who told you that? That means you're in rooms where Guerdy is being discussed and she's not in there. You should have advocated for her. And you didn't. Good girlfriend. That's what friends are supposed to do. Even if we're not best friends, I got you on the job. I recommended you for it. I'm supposed to be safe when I'm not in the room and you're in the room and vice versa.
Just look back for the 3 seasons and look back. But we worked through it. Fast forward to this season. We were like, you know what? Nicole decided not to be around. And we were like, you know, everyone's asking for both of us anyway. The past. Let's move forward. And you're going to see us a lot this season. Everything is cool. Everything was supposed to be perfect until.
I do want to get in.
It don't make sense. And I can tell it don't make sense because he doesn't have anything to say to it. It just doesn't make sense.
To that because, you know, when we see, and by we, meaning me and the audience, what I love about Miami especially is because of the different cultures. And one of my favorite parts of Miami is when Marisol and Alexia break off in their conversation. speaking Spanish.
Watch this.
I said, I love to learn, but maybe some people they don't like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But we all different.
Yeah. So you have been the fan favorite since the show premiered. Everybody loves Desmond Kiki. People have been begging you to be full-time, to have a mojito. What we saw at the top of season 7 was you diving into your personal story, and honey, we all loved it. And then all of a sudden, we started to really see the situation happen between Guerdy and Julia.
Listen to this.
And one of the biggest moments of the season, obviously, is when Julia threw the drink towards Guerdy's direction.
Listen to her very carefully.
And everybody like gagged, and you were in the middle of it. There's a lot of people, and I even said this too, Kiki, just being honest, where we were like, oh, Kiki, what we doing? Like, you know, there are people who have said,
oh, trust me, I get the backlash. But I'm
Yeah.
like, they have no idea. So let me start with this. Guerdy was always super close to Julia and Nicole. You've seen it. I was always closer to the other girls. Not saying that we are not friends. We're all friends, but the other girls always make space like,
So she's established. I've never been close to Guerdy like that anyway. Listen to what she's not saying. She's saying, but also what she's not saying is, and she's skating around it, but she's still playing with it, is, listen, the white woman that threw the drink on Guerdy is her friend. I was never close to them anyway. So I don't really feel like I should have to take up for her because she's black. She's not saying that, but she's saying it.
like to make sure that they get me with them.
Mhm.
So what happened when so me and Guerdy, I decided, I was like, you know what? We're gonna fast. Let's move forward. We've been hanging out. I've seen her at events. We're taking pictures. We're posting together. We're good. And then now it's like everybody was asking for me to have personal scenes. And I was like, you know what?
You see how she cannot bring herself to stand in the gap, to acknowledge, to recognize, to cover Guerdy in any way, even by simply thank you, Guerdy, for bringing me on.
Why does everybody else have to ask her to have scenes with Guerdy? That don't even make sense. Because she
Thank-
don't like the girl.
She don't like her. Internalized racism.
Even though you barely see me on that side, I was like,
And that side is Guerdy, y'all. That's what she's talking about. I called it.
come on the boat. Let's whatever, do our thing. And I find out, what you guys don't see is that I find out that her and Julia was having problem. Julia told me, Guerdy told me, and I'm like, here's the two girls that I was not the kind of like closest to. They
I see. I wasn't messing with them, but even though she's talking about Julia, her focus is Guerdy.
were besties at one point. So I feel like as a friend who's now in the middle, I'm always the one in the middle of everything. And I said, I can bring these two together. So at Marisol event, when I came in and Guerdy came in, I was hoping that they could talk. And I sat down, and between them, as you can see, hoping that everything will go the way it goes. But I can control what Julia decided to do. Julia decided to do what she did, which was horrible, by the way. Horrible. And what you didn't see, we all speak on it. It was horrible. But however, I got water thrown at me too, Carlos.
Oh, girl.
Y'all got to go watch this interview. I guess it ain't bad because I got water thrown at me too. But, oh, child.
So now she's a victim. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But still didn't stand up for Guerdy.
At all. And still not understand, refusing to accept what Carlos is putting in front of her. It ain't about you being best friends with her. It's about the code. It's about the fucking code. It's like two women being in a room full of men. If a man throws a glass of water on another woman, you're not going to say, well, she was hanging out with them at the golf course and I don't really know them. It's about the code. Wait a minute. You don't throw a glass of water on her. If it's two black chicks in a room full of white chicks, hold up. Wait a minute. We're not doing this. We're not justifying it. You don't leave somebody out hanging to dry. You have no loyalty. You don't understand. You're refusing to understand. And to be honest with you, it has nothing to do with Guerdy. Guerdy is just a reminder of her past, of her Haitian upbringing, the people she didn't like, the things that she wants to escape the most. Child.
I agree.
I
And
always
the
tell
fact that she could not, I feel like she cannot accept that there was somebody of Haitian descent, somebody like her, who opened the door for her and who actually attempted to bring her in and befriend her. Because she has yet to state what the real issue is that she has with Guerdy, other than she spoke Creole to her. Like, it's not making sense. You have aligned yourself with those other people. And I believe when you were saying she been sitting in those spots and in those spaces, listening and probably adding on to, we don't like this girl, we got to get her out. Why are you aligning yourself with people that you met through this lady? It doesn't make sense. She has no loyalty.
And she went back and told them that Guerdy called them a cult, but she don't come back and tell Guerdy what they're saying and what they're plotting on her. Let me play this part real quick.
tell people this. What I did for Guerdy is the exact same thing I would have want a friend to do for me. I've done a lot of healing on myself. I've learned to remove myself from situations that can potentially get worse. Now, however, other people could have thrown punches, whatever they choose to do, that's them. But me, what I did in that moment, I got up. Alexia, take Julia. Guerdy, calm down. I'm even speaking Creole to her. Calm down. Because when things like this happen right away, I'm thinking,
No. You told Guerdy to calm down after she was physically assaulted and water was thrown on her. You did not want her to have a real reaction in real time as a human being, much less as a Black woman. Trey, take it from there.
It has nothing to do with whatever Creole she spoke. It's her telling a Black woman to calm down after she was assaulted. What kind of foolishness? This lady has no loyalty. She does not like that lady. She does not like her culture, it seems. I don't. That's weird. It's actually disgusting.
It is. Okay. And then watch this. And then I'm a
thinker. I'm a Gemini. It's like the next step. First thing I'm thinking is, this is Marisol wedding. Marisol is not gonna leave. Alexia is the one putting the event together for Marisol. Alexia's not gonna leave. Larsa has been friends with them for so long. She's not gonna leave. Julia is now bestie with Alexia. No one's gonna leave. Guerdy, I'm willing to live with you. Let's remove.
So let me remove the threat, the blackness at the table. And that's why I wrote, I don't believe you. You are two-faced. You made your friend the bad Black friend. Girl, bye. Bye, Kiki. You're insinuating Guerdy is responsible for the fanfare. How dare you? You're insinuating that if we can just remove Guerdy, everybody will be fine. Y'all need to listen to people when they talk. They'll tell you a lot. And I'm glad she did this interview. It's vindication for Guerdy. You're very slick. You slick like oil. You're very rehearsed and you are calculated. And at the end of the day, I have determined, Kiki, you are indeed a traitor and you are responsible for the Haitian fallout.
I 100% agree.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. No, I just said I 100% agree.
Yep. So let me ask you this. Who broke code in your opinion? For those of you who didn't.
I'm sorry. Kiki broke code to me, in my opinion. And then the fact that she just sat up here and came up with this whole hypothesis as to why she needed to push the Black lady out, that she wasn't thinking that. She making it seem like she done reached up to the Gemini stars. She done reached to the constellation to think all this in a split second after she was already pulling herself as the victim of getting splashed with the water too. Ma'am, no. You saw that Black lady, you said you just want to tell her to calm down because you didn't feel like you were too scared and you were too fearful of getting any backlash for actually standing up for Guerdy in that moment.
And didn't want to be associated with Guerdy, even though Guerdy was physically assaulted, right? She was still wrong. And I want to play another one where she talks about monitoring spirits. Here we go. Watch this.
Comment throws drinks on the two Black girls on the show. Do you think the audience wanted to see
the heat thing she have, which I sympathize. And the other girls are my friend too. I'm like, I'll live with you. Let's go.
Do you think because obviously you and Guerdy are the two Black women on this show, amongst non-Black women, and this white woman throws drinks on the two Black girls on the show, do you think the audience wanted to see just the two of you have solidarity, come together as one? And because we didn't see that people are now blaming you. They're saying that you're kissing up to the white girls and the Spanish girls on the
She is, and she did. She refused to come together with Guerdy in that moment to even stand for something and say, that's absolutely disgusting. You are wrong, and I'm leaving.
Right. The
I'm
fact that
leaving.
she immediately jumped to, oh, well, let me try to diffuse this situation because I believe that this Black woman is going to immediately jump to swinging and throwing bows, punching and fighting, rather than just saying, you know what, you are wrong, Julia. That was dead fucking wrong. I'm going to take her and let's go. And rather than her standing up for her, she immediately goes to, oh, this Black woman about to start swinging and punching. Guerdy is
Yeah.
not even that type. She don't. It's like that just kind of shows where her head is at when she looks at other Black women.
Or when she looks at Guerdy, that's what she sees Guerdy as. So Guerdy,
Right.
that's what I said. Guerdy never stood a chance. And unfortunately, Guerdy, you recruited the wrong number 2.
girls on the show. They said you did not have Guerdy's back like a real sister. What do you have to say to those people who feel like you did not stand up for your Black sister?
Listen, they are monitoring spirits. Okay? Because when
You say y'all are monitoring spirits. She say y'all are monitoring spirits. She called Black women that are tuned into the show, Black women, you Black fans, you subscribers, even you white women that said she should have had the other Black girls back. She said, be quiet. Y'all have monitoring spirits. What is she saying about you? Monitoring spirits. Let's see. Basically, she's saying, oh, y'all have a not so friendly task of observing and monitoring. Oh, well, I guess she monitoring spirits. Y'all aren't coming from a good place. The fact that you would expect her to have Guerdy's back. Go away from here. You monitoring spirit. She rebukes you in the name of Jesus.
My God, today.
Excuse me, Kiki. You signed up to be monitored. Do you not realize you are on a reality show called The Real Housewives of Miami? And then you reduced another Black woman to throw punches. I almost called her a spineless wench last night, but I knew better. You reduced a Black woman to violence and put yourself above it as if Guerdy was going to do something. I put despicable. And to say that on television, feeding into a negative stereotype. And what you don't realize is they placed all of us in the bucket. You're contributing to the negative connotype. I mean, the negative stereotype. You know what I mean? The negative connotation. It's
Right.
very disappointing because Kiki is very beautiful, well-spoken, and not well-spoken for just a woman that's easy to listen to. She comes across well, but too bad it's all strategic. And I just wanted to share this with you. It's actually a really good interview because it gives you a lot of insight into who she is. And there's just a lot of fakeade and just layers and layers to her. I don't know if we'll ever get the real Kiki, even if she does become a full-time housewife. What are your thoughts, Trey?
Honestly, I find it unfortunate when we are subjected to so many people on screen that just turn out to be others or believe that they are the others. It's really sad to see that in motion, but it's also, educational. It's letting us know that these girls are still out here believing that they are others and they're different. No, ma'am, you're not.
Yeah.
Because they showed you that. They just told you they don't want your ghetto ass around. But you continue to, placate, bootleg, and tap dance for those white Latinas who really don't care for you
At all.
at all.
And I'm gonna say this, y'all say, "Oh, I'm glad you changed your mind." I didn't change my mind about Guerdy completely because to me, she does talk too much on the show. She do a little bit too much, right? I don't like all that crying and behind a woman to accept you as her friend. I like her. I want her to be a big girl and grow up in real time and just listen. What are you doing chasing behind Julia when they're so rude to you at a party for it's just I need you to have a little spine too when it comes to your self-esteem and remember who the hell you are as a woman. I want you to not have a response of how when you were a child and this and this and that. That has nothing to do with today. You've birthed 2 children. We know you can endure pain. This is nothing. These ladies are nothing compared to what you've gone through in life. And I just need you to remember where you are and who you are. And I don't like seeing Guerdy wallowing after a woman who's clearly indicated she is not your friend. I don't know how many ways she can tell you and or show you. She left you alone on a cruise to go eat with her friends. They remove you from a guest list after they found out that Martina would not be making it. I mean, yeah. So I don't know if but I just wanted to come back and course correct because I was very hard on Guerdy, but I don't know if I'm gonna stay on the side of Guerdy. I mean, I have to keep it real over here. I know y'all want to turn me and bite me like a vampire. I'm not there yet. What about you, Trey?
Well, I'm always here for Gertie strictly because as a character on the show, I do enjoy her, and just the fact that she is a black woman with a good marriage, seemingly, and is an established woman in the business world. I love that she makes all of those white Latina women squirm and itch just being herself. And I hope that she realizes that a little bit more and kind of navigates these women with that in mind going forward.
That's a good take, and that's fair. Sheer says, "Did you not see her repeating the stuff that Guerdy told her to the group in Guerdy's absence? She was actively fighting." Oh yeah, but technically, that's why I love doing a psychological breakdown. She's fighting against herself. She's fighting against all of the Haitians that she felt like were against her. Her stepmom, her mom, her dad, the family that's what she's fighting against. Guerdy is just a collateral damage.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's all we got for today. I'm gonna go catch up on the latest episode, but I'm glad she did the interview. It gave me a lot of insight into how she's moving, why she's moving the way that she's moving, and how Guerdy was just a step for her to climb, to put her foot on her way to the top. And Guerdy, unfortunately, Kiki could outmaneuver you on this show. She's likable to the audience. She's safe to the white places, the white people, and the white faces. You're not. And if you don't play your cards smart next season, I'm not telling you what to do or how to do. I'm just saying give it a lot of thought. Because now you're up against the enemy. One that looks like you, talks like you, walk. You get what I'm saying? She can very well help get you up out this show. It's sad, but it's a reality that you must face or consider. Y'all, it's going to be good. It's going to be good next season.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be real good. Bravo, let it play out. Let it play out. Don't remove anybody. Hell, bring her on full time. Let them go.
No,
And
you
may
can keep
the
her as
best
a friend of the
person
show
win.
until she learns how to get her lies together when she getting on these interviews. Kiki can stay as a friend of the show. I mean, she's accepted it this long. She might as well.
Bravo gonna bring her on like they did Marlo to go after Kenya. Because the if you look at the edits, the Haitian that gets the favorable edit is Kiki, not Guerdy. So that tells you how the network feels about you. Bring them. Let them go. They say reality. Kenya Moore told y'all reality TV is for entertainment more so than reality. Let's go. Let's go. I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but listen, they're gonna bring this show up. They got the right recipe, the perfect storm brewing. They're gonna try to boost the ratings, and they have a very good chance of doing it if they continue headed down this road at the expense of two Haitians. Kiki is willing to play the game.
Well,
That's it.
good luck to them with that.
All right.
Thank you, Queen.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming up.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, everybody. That was Trey. I'm gonna answer a couple more questions in the comment. Maricel wasn't gonna say anything because her mama was a racist. Remember what her mama said about Barack Obama? Child, I was too busy looking at her face. Now, listen, some Haitians always try to, but her mama used to be really beautiful before she did all that. Oh. Oh, okay. Suf is giving us a little bit more background on Haitian people. And Suf says some Haitians try to attach themselves to different races. They place the white people on a pedestal, and that's why the country is in the condition that it's in. Wow. Okay. How I See It TV says Guerdy was just in shock. She didn't believe that Julia was really not her friend. I'm tired of y'all. Why? You know what? I don't want to be too much for the new people that are tuned in on Twitter, but I'm going to say it. Y'all, we have a good time over here. We keep it real, and you may not like my upfront, in your face, candid, on camera commentary. I don't know why you black girls be thinking. Mayor of YouTube, Queen Liz, cover your ears. All my white ladies, cover your ears right now. Cover your ears. Go on out the room. Come back in 15 seconds. Let me know when you're out. Queen Liz and Mayor of YouTube, cover your ears. Okay. Mayor got hers covered. I need Queen Liz. Let me know when you got your ears covered. Listen. Okay, you gone. You gone out the room. Okay, thank you. They don't understand our humor over here, y'all. If we got white people in the bushes tuned in, this is how we get on. We get on over here. We get along over here. Okay. They realize this is my plantation. Queen Liz, I told you to cover your ears. Okay. They covered their ears. They're gone. All right. Oh, you came to argue. Okay. Are you okay? So listen, now that they're gone, let me tell y'all what's really happening. All right. Why the hell would y'all black girls think those white women are your friends? How I See It TV, I'm talking to you. Talking about Guerdy was really hurt. Julia was her friend. No, the hell she would. No, she was not. No, that's on Guerdy. Julia did exactly what most white women gonna do. They're gonna choose themselves. Period, point blank. They're going to choose themselves. So Guerdy, you got a lot of reflecting to do. You had a bad pick with Kiki. You had a bad pick with Julia. This is a Guerdy problem. And How I See It TV, let me find out that you up at work talking about a white lady is your best friend. Drop the link. The crazy part is I got a white friend. That's my best friend. Let me find out you up in that office as a Jamaican going out to eat, not speaking to the black girls when you with your white friend. Let me find out. Y'all, I hope you enjoyed today's show. We just like to have a good time over here. We all love each other over here. We're a tight-knit group. We have a good time, okay? And I'm going to the Rashida concert with the mayor of YouTube. There, I said it. There, I said it, okay? So we're good. Oh, Lord, let me get off of here. I will see y'all tomorrow for I said what I said. If you got a problem with me, show up on tomorrow what I said what I said. For those of you that are tuned in, I Said What I Said is a show on Saturdays where you have the freedom to vent, to release, to just stand on business. You call in, you can say whatever you want to say. Maybe you want to holler at somebody, hit on somebody, ask somebody out. I don't know. Just get it off your chest. We're all listening. We're here. And if you don't like what I had to say today, call in. I'll see you tomorrow on I Said What I Said. That's it. That's all. Have a good Friday evening. All right, everybody.
You wanna argue. You wanna argue. I can't argue with you. You mad. I can't argue with you. No. Look at you. Look at you.